more games like you have the Smash Brother games are more a casual setting where people can just jump in. Oh, this is really easy. I think it's more accessible because oh yeah, 2 lives later. It's just more accessible to players to play those kind of games without a lot of problems, because it's just like, oh, okay, and it sells millions, but unless you're part of the hardcore audience that plays these games constantly, then not a lot of people are gonna buy these games, like the certain audience that you're trying to gross for, and I think that's the reason why it did so popular, is because a lot of people grew up with, speaking about another Super Nintendo game, is Super Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo.
That's Capcom, not Nintendo. It was just made for Nintendo.
But yeah, I'm just saying a lot of people played that game on the Super Nintendo, so I'm saying it made a giant audience.
Nintendo. There wasn't a Genesis version of Super Street Fighter 2.
I'm just saying!
Like,
a lot of people bought the Super Nintendo version over the Genesis version.
There was no Genesis version.
Well, now you're just making me look stupid.
And there was the Street Fighter games, as far to my knowledge, never came out on Super Nintendo. The Genesis, the only one that possibly could have would have been Street Fighter the movie, the game, and I think that came out for the Saturn.
But that sucked ass!
Exactly.
Like, nobody wants to play as Jean-Claude Van Damme in a fighting game. Especially that game. That game is broken because you can do, like, infinite combo.
Oh, fun fact for you. You know Mortal Kombat? You know Johnny Cage?
Yeah.
Johnny Cage was originally supposed to be based off of Jean-Claude Van Damme. And to be exact, Mortal Kombat was originally scheduled to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, the game.
Oh,
Jesus. It explains why Johnny Cage is so much like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay.
And the thing is, I think they couldn't get the license for it. They just figured, let's just make him like Van Damme and just make a bunch of other random characters. Okay.
Like, let's make a fighting game now. It's called Arnold Schwarzenegger the Game.
I'd play that. Well, it depends, who does Arnold Schwarzenegger fight?
Other renditions of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There was actually a game like that. There's an actual arcade game in Japan where it's digitized graphics for Jackie Chan, except you can actually play 3 different versions of Jackie Chan.
Okay.
You can have Jackie Chan fight Jackie Chan.
Wow. Okay, 1 sec. Okay, so we have these star points. What they do is once you get 100 of them, you get a bonus game. So let's do it right now.
And in order to get the star points, you have to hit the bar that's at the end of the levels. If you don't hit the bar and just cross the finish line, you don't get any points.
Yeah, and depending on how high the bar is, the more star points you can get. The higher it is, the highest you can get is 40 points.
Oh yeah, we thought it was 30, then one time playing we found out it was 40, so hey, 40.
Yeah, and then we play it again, it's like 50! Okay, now this game was trolling.
2000.
So I'm trying to get the secret exit right now, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get back. Alright, so I run back here, I wait for the ghost. Wait, watch this fail. Son of a bitch! Anyways.
Like you.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. So anyways, back to Capcom. Well, besides the fighting games, I think it doesn't listen to its fans. And that's why it's probably gonna die, like, because it has a lot of hardcore games, like the Street Fighter series and all that stuff, I think it will... What the fuck did I just do? I don't know how, I did something weird. I think that it's gonna be one of those companies that might go under because it never listens to its fans. And then somebody's gonna pick up the license for, games like Mega Man and stuff like that. And then Mega Man Legends 3 will finally come out in about 2,000 years.
I doubt it will ever go under just because, despite all the crap they're doing, there's like small group of stupid people who will always buy their crap no matter what. Even if literally you open up the game case and it's literally just a pile of crap, like a literal piece of poop, they will still buy it.
Oh my god, I can actually see that happening.
But I think the thing with Street Fighter is, like I said, like I never grew up playing those big Street Fighter arcade games. Smash Bros. Was the first fighting game I really had, and even that's very simple. So to suddenly go into Street Fighter and you have to practice an entire
Oh my god, I gotta do combination, blah 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 blah. I
yeah,
understand that. I did the same thing for Tekken when I first came out, and I basically mastered Harangue. I sat there for literally like 5 hours at one point, just playing Harangue, trying to figure out all of his combinations and stuff like that, because I wanted to master the character.
Don't you have to fly up?
No, you don't. You have to use.
I'm thinking of something else. Okay, then. Well, you could have flown up right there.
Yeah, that would have been simpler, but I just decided to show the normal way in case people didn't have capes.
Yeah. Well, but another thing with Street Fighter is if you look, there's like, what, 20 different versions of Street Fighter 2?
Yeah, there is.
Here's the thing, I can get why that. If you want to update a game, there wasn't DLC back then. You really had to make a new game. How many times can you make the same game updated? Like, you think
I don't know.
Capcom would say, instead of, just pretty much, putting, like, a new color swatch in there, why don't we just, wait another month till we have all the things released, just release it as one big thing?
Capcom has always been stupid when it comes to that regard, because before DLC, they just kind of, like, because they expect people to buy the games, just everybody just went, oh, okay, let's get everything together. And by the way, I'm gonna skip this entire level. You're not gonna see the level. You're only gonna see the background.
Fuck the world. But here's the crazy thing with Street Fighter. If you look, there's like 20 different versions of Street Fighter 2. If you look every single game that comes after it, there's only like 2 versions of it. You have like Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and you have like the online edition. You have like 3 versions of Street Fighter 4, which I think is crap nowadays since we have DLC. You shouldn't have to make me buy an entire other game just to play the game.
Oh god, yeah.
Ugh.
And you've already seen my video ranting about DLC. I don't like DLCs because it's extra crap that we have to buy. Thing is, people are still gonna buy it.
I like DLC depending on what the DLC is, because even though the DLCs, the Cap, I'm not even gonna say DLC Capcom because they don't have anything, but I do buy some DLC for some games, like the Mass Effect game series, where if you buy the DLC, you get an entire new mission. You're getting stuff added onto the game that you can play throughout the game. DLC like that is okay. What's some other DLC I recently got? Like the Saints Row DLC, sometimes you get entire new missions, and some of them are actually really good. DLC like that is good, but like to mention Capcom, the only game I can think of they released DLC for is like Street Fighter X Tekken, and you can get these dye DLC. And what it basically means is you can modify the color of people's troops. You can have Ryu wearing a blue gi, or you can have Ken be brunette, and you just kind of say,
what? You gotta be kidding me! That is the most ridiculous DLC. That could be a game mechanic that's already implemented in the game.
And they make you pay like $5 for it. It's like full DLC price for it. It's ridiculous.
Capcom, you need to be spayed and neutered for your stupid shit that you just did. No. Bad, Capcom. Bad. We're putting you in the corner.
One thing we can talk Capcom about with DLC is that and you already heard my disapproval of making a third Street Fighter 4 game.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, let's talk about the newest game, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, me and my brother got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the PlayStation 2. I have one for Dreamcast. It's a good game. It's a lot. If you actually have to get any version, don't get the Xbox Live version, because it's the arcade version. And what it means is it's unbalanced, like heavily, horribly unbalanced.
Jeez.
Like, Sentinel is like almost like near unkillable in that game, if I'm right.
Oh god.
Because he's got like hyper armor, super strength. He's got the works for him. It's ridiculous.
Hey, remember this level?
Oh yeah, didn't you die like 5 times here?
Yeah, I did. And in this run, I beat it my first time. Generally, what I do is when I edit it, I cut out all the failures. I didn't cut out any failures. If you look at the video, it's one continuous part.
But I do kind of see her. But, I remember when you first did this, you kept sliding on the pipes. Like, why are the pipes frozen over? Because you're in a cave filled with ice. Of course the pipes are going to freeze over. They're filled with water, sewage, and gum.
My argument still is valid. I'm like, okay, well, not all metal freezes. Well, then why is it still there? It makes no sense.
The metal's not frozen. It's just kind of frozen over. Or just cold and slippery.
Mm-hmm.
And this is taking way too long.
Well, I'm trying to get the one up. There we go.
Did you really need that one up?
No. but I felt like doing it. Well, I guess I can understand that, but I generally hate DLC because I don't feel like I should spend extra money for a bunch of stuff that is not really a game changer. Maybe extra character stuff like that maybe every once in a while, but if you're like, okay, you're gonna have to buy DLC to get one extra character. Apparently, this character is so broken, you're gonna need it. And then everybody and their mothers buys this DLC, or you get a DLC for like a shooting game. You're like, oh, you get an extra map, or you get a new gun. I'm like,
Yeah, well, usually when people, one thing I will do like about, I won't say I like it, but one thing I do like is that when people release extra maps, they at least do it in map packs. And like, I'm not a fan of the Modern Warfare series and all that, but if they do release DLC that you're gonna buy one map, it's like, all right, we got a map pack, you can buy 12 maps in one thing for one full price. So it's like, you know what? That's not at least a bad deal. I'll give them that much. They usually don't bone you over in DLC in those games, but I would know because I don't play them.
Yeah, same with me. I just, oh god damn it, I missed that jump. But I completely sympathize with that, but I still never liked DLC because I believe it should be something that could be included in the game in the full version, but they decide, nah, we won't do that. We will deliberately make more content unavailable for you, and you would have to buy it with a DLC pack. I'm like, really?
That's usually why most DLC is usually do extra things. Thank God for that. Like, I know Nintendo doesn't do DLC, but I have to admit that at times Nintendo could really benefit from DLC.
Yeah, there are certain things
or at least patches or updates or stuff like that.
Yeah.
There is a lot of times when Nintendo actually could benefit a lot from those kind of things.
But I think I like Nintendo more because they don't try and do DLC as much. I mean, they do have the online download for games, but they're full games. It's not like you're like, okay, you have to download 25% of this game, beat this part, and then buy another part of this game. It's like, really?
Oh yeah, I've seen people do that. They're like game episodes or whatever they're called. I think the reason why some people do that is because like the game's not fully finished, so they have to release it in episodes. Like they did with Sonic the Hedgehog 4 and Sonic the Hedgehog
but
4.
if you play
Quick question. If Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is the one when he's with Tails, then what would the one with... No, if Sonic the Hedgehog 4 is the new one they made, so what would the one with Tails be called? Sonic the Hedgehog 4.2? Sonic and Tails 2?
I don't know.
What is it called?
We're almost at the end of this thing, by the way, because this boss is going to go down ridiculously easy.
No, I just realized it's Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2. It's like, Episode 2? It's a full game.
Yeah. I killed this thing ridiculously easy. I kill him before he even gets on the wall. And he's dead. Yay! Ugh. With that is everything for World 2. God. It's ridiculous, some of these levels, but at least we're done. And next time we will continue to rage and rant about DLC from Capcom. No, I don't know.
Screw DLC from Capcom, we're just gonna tear Capcom a new one because we feel like it.
Yeah, or just tear a company a new one anyways. Thank y'all for watching. See you guys next time.
Bye.